In this world where everything is mass-produced, basically we're going the opposite direction. We're making pieces that we hope will be passed on for generations. Therefore, we make them really well with that intent. Hi, I'm Lara. I am the creative director of Thomas & George. I'm also its principal designer. So I have been artistic ever since I was young, always a creative. So I was always the artist in the family. So it was natural for me when I finished primary and secondary school to take something in the arts. So I decided to take interior design at the University of the Philippines. And then eventually I found my home in the furniture industry. So I joined a company actually that makes 18th century reproduction furniture here in the Philippines. The most memorable experience I gathered from that was seeing the clients really appreciate the craftsmanship of the pieces we produce. We were very proud of what we made. We were making pieces that were sort of magnificent, you know, like heavily carved, and they were all made here in the Philippines. A lot of our clients, especially from Manila, didn't believe that it was made here because the quality was so good. They all thought it was made in Europe. Anyway, from there, basically when that company wrapped up, eventually I decided that I wanted to continue on. And so some of the old employees and I got together and we formed Thomas & George. Thomas & George, it's actually named after two of the most prominent, famous designers during the 18th century. So it was Sir Thomas Chippendale and George Hepplewhite. Both of them designed for royalty. And they were also creatives, so they published their own manual that has all their designs. So this was our route, so we decided to take on the name and then bring it to another level by introducing more contemporary pieces. The people who buy our furniture are people who appreciate creativity, who appreciate artisan craftsmanship, those who are in for the long haul, because our pieces are special. In this world where everything is mass-produced, basically we're going the opposite direction. We're making pieces that we hope will be passed on for generations. Therefore, we make them really well with that intent. Oh, but people fall in love with our stuff. They do. They get teary-eyed when they see the pieces because we're making their dreams come true. And that, to me, is the most fulfilling part of this work. Because I've always been creative, this is sort of like my outlet. Yes, this is the way also I express. So instead of painting or sculpture, although I do some sort of sculpture, it's actually very easy to care for our pieces. All you need is a soft cloth, wipe it every now and then, keep the dust away. Our pieces age gracefully. So the more you use it, the more beautiful it becomes, especially the traditional pieces or those with traditional influences. Now, when it comes to the leather is a pretty sturdy material, so it's just the same process as well. You just use a soft cloth. I thought of Saint Therese of Lisieux because I love her and she was very much into nature. And she's also an artist herself. She actually did some paintings, some cards, gorgeous work. And so I think that designing for her would be a delight. Actually, the creative process just strikes at any time. Like if I see, for example, like the petal chair, it has this gorgeous shape, which sort of like hugs you. So that, of course, obviously was inspired by flowers, and I do love flowers. I have this little red notebook in my bag or by my bedside, because a lot of times, actually, the ideas sometimes come at night or at hours when you're not expecting to get ideas. Most of our workers are actually second or third generation because the original batch They were trained actually by foreigners. So we had Italians and other people who were actually very masterful, and they came and they trained our guys. And so passing on that knowledge was easier to a son. Yes, and later on a grandson. Filipinos are so talented when it comes to artistic things. You know, you get mesmerized just watching the carvers. And we had a lot. We had a whole room, so many carvers, and it was just like you could just stare and say, wow. We hope to inspire a deeper appreciation for furniture making as an art form, as well as to give recognition and support to the world-class talents of our Filipino artisans and craftsmen.